Hi, in this last tutorial, we'll talk about taking quizzes and exams in Geography 1000, Introduction to Geography. You can see in the left-hand tab for our classes we have announcements, course contacts, course information, assignments, tests, and quizzes. In tests and quizzes, we're going to click on this tab. You'll see we have maps, reviews. You can see here that a sample midterm exam has been opened. You can see I have a midterm exam review. If I were to click on it, these are all the questions that you may see on the particular exam. All exams in this class are open note, open book, open resource. So you can see the questions to the exam. I actually have the answers down at the bottom. So you can use the completed PowerPoint presentations, you can use the book, you can use sample exams, you can use old quizzes as part of your exams. You may see some regurgitation of questions, the same exact question. You may see some other questions that says it changes the word is to is not, or some other types of questions that relate to the material or understand that you've read through the material. So feel more than free to take the time to go through and answer these, fill these in, use any resource that you have, because like I said before, it's open note, open book, but it's going to be timed. I'll talk about that in a second. So you can see here the sample midterm exam that I have here. This is a midterm exam. Exams are typically going to be 50 questions. In this particular exam, it's going to be based on chapters 1 through 5, as well as the notes. You can use anything that you want, because typically exams are going to be open for a period of 1 week. You can take it at any point in time, but be sure you can dedicate 75 minutes to that particular exam. Typically, each question is going to be worth 2 points each. And like I say here, you can use any resource you want, but the exam will close and submit for you after 75 minutes. Typically, like I said before, the exam is open for a week. So if it closes at midnight at a particular time or 9 a.m. at a particular time, be sure that is completed before that time and be sure that it's submitted before that time. You will need an exam map in the tests and quizzes section. So I have an exam map here. In this geography class, we look at maps. So we'll typically we'll have questions where we refer to this map here. So you need to open this up before you open the exam. It might be difficult to navigate away from this assignment or navigate away from the exam in Blackboard without closing it. Like I said before, you can only open it once. Once it's open, it needs to be taken. So now that I have the exam map open, I can go down and take my midterm exam. It'll be timed at 75 minutes. It says here if I'm ready to take it. Like I said before, we've got 50 questions, 75 minutes. You're only allowed about 1.5 minutes for each question. So it's very important that you know where and how to find these questions. If you spend 5 minutes on one question, it's really going to take away from the time that you can dedicate to these. Like I tell people in the job market, it's very important in the job market that you are able to find resources as quickly as possible. If it takes 1 week for you to do something and someone else 1 day to do something else, you're going to run into some problems with the job. Most jobs are not going to be closed note, closed book. So I'm really giving you the opportunity to take advantage of all the resources we have. We have National Geographic videos. We have YouTube videos. Over in the external links right here, I have tons of videos here that you can refer to, watch. We have the exams, all these previous exams that we've had. Okay. Without further ado, I can click on continue. And then this is the exam. So you can see here, this is a multiple choice exam for questions 1 through 6. You should have already opened up the exam. You should see a map. Which of the following countries is the second most populated country in the world? Okay, in our class, we learned that India was the second most populated country. So I would put, country O. Make sure you save the answer. So as you go through this, and typically since I'm the instructor, it doesn't have a timer for me, but up in the top, you'll see a timer that tells you how much time has elapsed or you have left. And you'll go through and answer just all 50 of these questions here. You'll see some, population pyramid graphs that we've maybe looked at before, referring to some of the movies that we've looked at before. Be sure it's saved. Some other things about the exam. Make sure you have a persistent internet connection. That means if your Wi-Fi cuts out on you, it might submit the exam for you. So it's important and it's pertinent that you have a persistent internet connection. So if you want to take it in one of the GIS labs, which are in 1227 or 1235, you're more than welcome to do so. Once you take this exam, you can click on Save and Submit, and it'll submit it to you. It might provide you with a grade if there are any short answer essay questions that need to be graded. It will not grade it automatically. If they're just all short answer or multiple choice, it'll submit it, but it will not provide the answers until after the exam has closed. So just the last couple points here, and I'm just leaving this one. Make sure you open up the exam map. Please take advantage of all the resources, and please, I can't stress this enough, make sure you follow all directions. It's important that you follow all directions, because if you don't take an exam, that's 20% of your grade. You're automatically starting at an 80. So take time to read the directions and read all the guidelines for this.